We're here, and today we're going to be talking about our preseason favorites for the following: MVP, DPOY, Rookie of the Year, Most Improved Player, and our contenders, who we think is going to win the ring. Today's episode is a little bit of a special one. Two people are in person. Wes and I are in person, all the way on the east, and Thomas is on the west. We're not going to say specific locations because we're not trying to get doxxed. So let's get started. I think, you know what? I think let's ease into it. How are we doing today? How are we doing, Thomas?
Well, I'm doing great, Doug. It is.
Yeah, the Niners lost today, so we were talking about
Yeah, not,
that.
you didn't have to. You really didn't have to mention that. I was gonna pretend that never happened. But
It is what it
other than
is.
that, I'm doing fucking great.
Yeah. Okay. Language.
It's a it's a
I would.
goddamn party out here.
Great.
Yeah. Let's censor that out. Wes, how you doing yourself?
Pretty good, ready for this episode. Got a
Absolutely. He's a content grind machine, baby. I'm ready for this episode. And myself, how am I doing? I'm doing great. Tired. Drove 5-6 hours, but I'm doing all right. I think we should go in the order of lightest skin tone to dark. So we'll go Thomas, Wesley, and then myself. No
Okay.
specific order. Thomas, you hit us off with your MVP. Only
Okay.
one answer.
How did you predict that? That's kind of insane, Doug. I was literally the next sentence out of my mouth was about to be, I'm going to give two players. So okay, I will not give two players. I'll give the guy who I was gonna say was 1A and then one. I'll forget the 1B. My MVP prediction for the 2023-2024 NBA season is the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo. Look, here's the thing,
Bias.
guys.
He's on your fantasy team.
He is on my fantasy team. Thank you for pointing that out. Um, here's the thing, guys. This Bucks roster, they're probably going to have the best record they've had in the last 3 or 4 years. There is a legitimate, genuine universe in which they win north of 60 games. So already, that's one of the key ingredients for an MVP season. Second, the other two guys who I think are probably going to be in contention, Jokic and Embiid, are both going to be suffering from a little bit of voter fatigue. Embiid won it last year. Jokic obviously had two the year before. I know voter fatigue is supposed to be a phenomenon that only affects guys in years directly after they've won it, but let's face it, I think there's still going to be a little bit of that lingering effect on Jokic. It's just when people have seen something for a couple of years, they want to see something new. It's a phenomenon as old as time. Giannis kind of has a little bit of that revenge season arc going for him this season, coming off a pretty embarrassing loss. You ask him, it was actually a great success. It was exactly what he wanted, but we all know that's not true. I think he's gonna be playing a little bit of fire. I mean, I don't necessarily think he's gonna put up like a better statistical performance really than he has in these past couple of years. I think the NBA MVP is a very heavily narrative driven award. I think all of the narratives are gonna be working on Giannis' side this year, and I think he's gonna go and capture it.
Love to hear it. My MVP pick is Stephen Curry. And hold on. One factor he has working in his favor is that it's been years since he's won MVP, so he doesn't have the voter fatigue that Jokic, Giannis, even Embiid does. So that works in his favor. And then one thing, like a narrative, is that he doesn't have a supporting star, really, a superstar at least. Giannis has Dame, Jokic has Murray. Steph, his second best player is Draymond / Wiggins on any given night, probably Wiggins this season. And they have the potential to be, I think, if he's top 4, top 3 seed, he's going to be in conversations for MVP because if they're at that seeding, then he's going to be playing at a superstar level. So, and he's still a top 3 player in the league. So I believe it can happen. That's my case for
him. I wouldn't disagree with that. I think both are sound arguments. I think for me personally, I don't know. My gut, which is gonna be I mean, when you look at all the odds all around, this is gonna slap me in the face and it's gonna be a disaster, but I gotta speak my truth. My gut is telling me Damian Lillard will be up there in the conversation. And the reason I say this is, one, he has 0 voter fatigue naturally because he hasn't been up there at all. That's first. Second, I think he's gonna be on the Bucks, and with the Bucks, he'll have the platform.
Wait, you say you think he's gonna be on the Bucks?
Wait, did I say that?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, he's coming off a 7-hour drive, by the way.
Yeah, 7-hour drive for my
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah.
But no. I know he's on the the Bucks is a pretty hot take. But I think he'll have more time to be a key piece to a winning team that could, as Thomas said, in some universe be north of 60 wins. And that is a component to an MVP season, leading your team to success. I think they'll be leading themselves to success. And I think he'll be having very similar stats, maybe a little bit less, but they'll be impactful stats. And I think that will be the differentiating factor between this season and the previous seasons. It'll be impactful and meaningful stats, not just empty stats to the 11th seed and empty stats to losses or empty stats to first round or second round exits. So my prediction is Damian Lillard. That's my hot take. But if I were to just do kind of a conservative, pretty easy one, I think what comes to mind immediately when I think of just easy off the dome conservative takes, Luka, Giannis, and honestly Embiid. Sorry, not Embiid. Sorry.
First said one player named the whole All NBA team.
Okay, conservatively, if I were to just do like a pretty basic take,
Pick one.
I would have to go with
Dame is his one.
Dame is my
one, but I wasn't allowed to give my hot take for the 2.
We can give like sleepers after, or like
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine.
But like Dame is your number 1.
Yeah, why not? I'll lock it in. Let's lock it in. I think Damian Lillard is my 2023-2024 MVP. Now, Thomas, you can say your sleepers or whatever.
I mean, the reality is like everybody's a sleeper to a certain degree, right? Like there are a lot of guys who get it, but if I'm gonna pick, I'm gonna pick one sleeper who I think kind of jumped out at me. It would have to be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. This is a guy who, as you said this about Dame. You talk about lack of voter fatigue. He has none. He's never been in consideration before. I mean, for obvious reasons. The problem with this, and the reason why it's very much a sleeper, is that to really be in consideration, he's probably going to have to, or not he, the Thunder are probably going to have to drastically exceed expectations as a team. Because I think he asked most people, they would put them somewhere around the 6 to 8, maybe 5, maybe 4, and it's just pretty tough to sell an MVP case for somebody if is sitting in that seed range if they're not putting together a truly generational season. But if
I could definitely.
I was gonna say if they really hit, if they like are firing on all cylinders and they get up there into that 3 or 4 seed range, I think it's gonna mean 2 things. A, it's gonna mean that Shai is having his best season as a pro. He's probably gonna be putting up north of 30 points, could potentially be sniffing that 9 to 10 assists region, and as we all know, I mean, he's the engine of that team. He's the engine of a team that's sitting at like what 50 something wins. All of a sudden, then you are talking an MVP case for somebody who is kind of still a fresh face, somebody who voters are probably going to be happy to cast their vote for, as opposed to somebody the familiar faces, so to put it, who we've all seen votes cast for the past 5 or 6 seasons. So I guess that's my sleeper take.
Man, I could definitely see them hitting the win mark, especially because like what they were missing last year and the year before was a solid rim protector, because they do have solid point of attack defenders. Obviously, offense is kind of like they thrive there with Shai and Giddey and all that. But with Chet now, they have a nice backline to their defense. So I don't really see any reason why they can't, like with another leap from Shai, I don't see why they can't like jump into that 3-4. Like the Sacramento Kings last year, nobody really saw them getting into that 3rd seed, I believe they were. So the Thunder, it could be a surprise 3rd seed.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sleeper picks for me. Trying to think. I think depending on Zion's health, he could
that's
definitely
a pretty good one. That's pretty good.
Because when he was healthy at the beginning of the season last year, they were elite. like on both ends with BI, like all that. So I think with a full season is on, maybe like I don't know, full season, maybe like 60, 50 to 65 games of him. That's enough to launch them into that top 4 seed, I believe. And I just think it's kind
50
of
to
all
65
hinges
games.
on it's kind
He's
of
an
all
Iron
hinges
Man
on
all of a
Zion's
sudden.
health. Yeah, Zion.
Yeah, let's be honest. He's
Yeah.
not gonna be healthy, and anyone who picks him on their fantasy team, such an idiot.
But if he's healthy, he's gonna be that guy, and they'll be good. So yeah, he's definitely a sleeper.
That's a pretty good sleeper pick. I would have to lean more with Zion. I don't think Shea is going to have an MVP season just because I think he's too young, and to, I guess, have that MVP caliber season, you have to be in contention. I think like 1 or 2 years and kind of be in that race. And
Zion is 2 years younger than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Zion is 2 years younger.
Yeah.
That is tough. That's a casual take, and I just got caught red-handed. However, I think my main gist of my point was this: that
I mean, I think Shea is more. I mean, even I will say it's more likely. Like Zion being healthy is very
it's
like.
very unlucky. But I think Zion is more dominant when he's healthy.
Yeah.
And when he was playing and when he was healthy, he was one of the best players in the league, hands down.
He really was.
Yeah.
So I think if Zion were to be healthy, like Shea has been healthy, you know what I mean? He's been playing full seasons, but he's never been in contention for MVP yet. He hasn't even been in top
We
5.
got all NBA first team. It's stepping up.
He has been stepping up. He has been slowly getting there. That is true. However, I think if Zion is healthy, I would choose him over. I think Luka is like kind of my basic sleeper pick. Like, it's been coming, like it's inevitable at some point that everyone's kind of waiting for it.
Dude,
Like, it's bound to
5-time
happen.
NBA preseason MVP favorite.
How
Hang
many
the
wins-
banner for Luka Doncic.
How many wins do you think the Mavs would have to get for him to really be in consideration? Because
50 plus.
50 plus.
And that's the thing, because that is not happening. So
yeah, we all have
that's
that
the problem.
in our
By the
plan.
way, guys, this is like not a betting podcast at all, but if you want an infinite money glitch, just bet against Luka winning the MVP because the odds for him are so inflated.
We
We don't condone that.
Endorse.
We are not your financial advisors. Seek guidance before you do that. Do not sue the 3 Points podcast for such financial decisions. I think Luka, like I said earlier, it's been coming. It's been everyone's been waiting for it. It's bound to happen. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's got to be like it's not more about if, it's more about when.
Yeah.
I think it's inevitable. I think he's a regular season merchant. He's a killer in the regular season. He's a hooper, fantasy merchant, hooping, throwing passes behind his head, taking big shots. The playoffs roll around, can't say the same. But that's my sleeper pick for the MVP. I don't think we have anything else to add. Or
One guy I do want to
go ahead,
because I think Tatum, if we just don't talk about him,
Mm-hmm.
but my take or my case against him
That was
is
gonna be my plan, by the way. But yeah.
for Tatum for your MVP.
No,
My plan was just to not talk about it.
Okay. Well, just to make sure that we know about it, we're just not just ignoring it. But my case against him is that his team is just so stacked. It's kind of like my case against Giannis or Jokic is they have either a co-star or a very solid team behind them. Like Jaylen Brown is a co-star, but then you also have like Drew Holiday, Porzingis, Derek White. You have a solid team around you. So
Drew,
I wouldn't be
competitive team.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they hit like 60 wins. Like I think they're gonna win the Eastern Conference in seeding, but I just don't think like he's gonna have he won't have to. The narrative won't be that he's carrying the team necessarily. So yeah, it's my case.
My case against him would be a little bit simpler. The dude is a bum. I don't think he has it. No, I mean, okay, like, well, wait a second. This isn't a joke podcast. Like, to be serious, I would actually agree with Wes for the most part on this. Like, people I think have always kind of viewed what that Celtics core does is like they're like the definition of like a well-oiled machine. Production comes from everywhere. Tatum's the alpha dog, but to me, I think in the minds of a lot of like NBA fans and journalists, it just doesn't have the same aura as say like a Steph or a Giannis or I get honestly, I was gonna say like a KD, but like he's been on so many different teams. Like what do you mean?
Yeah.
But you guys know what I mean. Anyways, yeah, I would agree with Wes. Definitely do not put any money on him. Again, we're not a betting podcast, but just got to rule that one out.
I think
Any other thoughts? Anybody?
I don't have anything else to add. I think we've kind of tackled the majority of it. But now we should. That's the worst transition of all time. But now let's just move on to the defensive player of the year.
First order, you start.
Definitely not. Let's just start with Thomas. Just because I really love to indulge in guys' knowledge and
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. So let's start with Thomas.
Okay, well,
Actually, wait, no. I can answer this.
okay.
I think if he is healthy and if he plays,
Like where this is going.
it's easily Draymond Green.
Oh,
No one can change my mind.
You can't do that. You literally can't do that to me. That's so unfair. Bro,
you
stole my
disagree?
take from 2 episodes ago. That's crazy.
nobody's watching.
No one's watching, so
That's crazy.
Dude, the fans are
the fans are heated. They're pissed. They're calling me out. He's the casual of the trio. No, okay. Jokes aside, I think Thomas definitely did say that a while ago, but it's completely sound logic to me. Every time Draymond is healthy and he's playing in the regular season, he's always in conversation. And then he gets injured, and then he obviously falls out of ranking because he just doesn't have enough games under his belt to successfully obtain the title. So my simple take is Draymond Green, and I'm confident about this. Now, since Thomas is the same, why don't you add to what my take is, and then we let Wes have the last.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess spoiler alert. Yeah. I mean, I did say it 2 episodes ago, so our most dedicated fans will already know this. But yeah, my defensive player of the year take is the exact same as the Suns. It is going to be Draymond Green, and here is why. First, as the Suns so eloquently pointed out, people kind of memory hold this. People forget about this, but every single year there's a time period in like I would say like December, January, and when I say every single, I mean like for the past 2 years, where Draymond Green is essentially the defensive player of the year favorite because when he is playing, when he is not sitting out or when he is not injured, he's the best defender in the league, and it's not even close. He just is. He's that guy. There's nobody in the league who, when they are on the court, has more impact on the defensive end than Draymond Green. And don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that, Wes. I think I know who your take is going to be. Um, uh, the entire problem is obviously like, can he stay on the court? But I gave my reasoning on this 2 episodes ago, and it's still the same. This is, I think, really and truly a make it or break it, prove it year for this aging Warriors core. This is it. This is the last dance. I've said in 2021, a lot of people are calling it the last dance. I said, no, you're being premature. I will say it. I think this year really is the last dance. And I think what that means is that, and I think Draymond knows that. I think Steph knows that. I think Clay knows that. And so I think, in barring some kind of truly catastrophic injury, I think Draymond's going to try his hardest to be on the court for as many games as possible this year. And I think just by default, when he is on the court for 60, 65 or more, potentially more games, probably not, but maybe, he will be the defensive player of the year. The defense is absolutely going to be top 10 this year, possibly top 5. Wiggins is going to be playing the whole, or I mean, again, barring catastrophic injury, Wiggins is going to be playing way more games than he did last year. That's going to be a boost. Draymond's going to be playing way more games than he did last year. Obviously, that's going to be a boost. Gary Payton is going to be here the whole year. That's going to be a boost. Chris Paul replaces Jordan Poole. That's going to be a boost. I'm telling you guys, everything is lining up. And yeah, that's
All we
that's
need to
my
hope
take.
is the chemistry works out. I'm
Yeah.
very excited as well. I completely agree with that. I think I was one amongst the group of people that thought that last year was the last dance. But after the offseason trades, our new GM, he's been cooking up some good moves. I'm excited for CP3. I'm excited that the boys are back. We got a good veteran squad. We got a good youth squad. It just has to click. It just has to work out. We just have to have some luck on our side. No injuries, no, indefinite disappearances. But I agree with Thomas. Like we said in our last episode, check in the link down below.
I don't include when I'm at it, I don't include links to previous episodes, guys. You can disregard that.
Click on the eye that pops up on the top right.
Dude, I do not know how to do that shit.
Well, click on our channel description or
That
something.
does exist.
Into
That does
Patreon.
exist. Yeah.
Enter the Patreon.
Oh yeah, we definitely have Patreon.
But yeah, I think we said that the Warriors are not our like favorites or for like contenders in our tier list.
Well, we didn't have them. We had the Lakers and
That's what I'm saying. We had them
both below.
below. That's what I'm saying. But our point was that it's like the Nuggets and then the Warriors, pretty much for Thomas and I. Why said the Lakers over the Warriors? Which
Some
now that
people-
I'm here,
some
I
people will
should
say
punch him
anything.
for it. I should punch him for that, but that's fine. It's freedom of speech, I guess. But the Warriors, I think, just need to have the click. They just need to make sure
I think they will.
things work out. And I think they will, because I think Chris Paul knows he's old. He knows this is literally his last chance of getting a ring. And so do the rest of the guys, as Thomas says, no need to repeat. But now, Wes, you were making some faces. Let me guess. Is your DPOY if he's healthy Zion?
What the-
Okay.
No.
I'm literally gonna edit that out. By the way, I literally that cannot go on. That cannot go on.
It's
YouTube.
okay, bro. Who gives a crap?
Alright.
No,
I had two
no.
guys.
That's too embarrassing.
Shut the hell up.
I had two guys, and they were 1A, 1B for a while, but I think after watching the finals, I had to go with my 1B, Bam Adebayo.
Okay, wait, that's good. That's chill. That's chill.
1A was started with an A.
Aaron Gordon?
Oh,
No. But Bam Adebayo showed in the playoffs why he can lead.
Wait, who
like,
A?
AD, brother.
Yeah, Anthony Davis.
Oh, dude, sorry. Again, apologies to the fans today. I'm just not carrying my load, man. Like I said, I just drove from Canada
Brampton.
out,
It's
Brampton,
Klay
man.
Thompson game 6 out here for
2022, not 2015. 16.
Yeah. But to me, Anthony Davis is the best defender in the world over Draymond Green. I'm sorry. He outplayed him in the semis against Steph. Just canceled out Steph, completely swayed that series in Lakers' favor. But the reason I can't go with AD for DPOY is, of course, his health. Where Bam, he's basically carrying the heat each year because Jimmy sits out too many games. So Bam is going to carry their defense. He's got a new drive after losing the finals to Jokic, but putting up a valiant fight. We saw how good he can be in a playoff setting, defending Jokic, defending Tatum, defending Giannis at times. You know, he didn't play Steph.
AD?
Bam.
Oh,
Bam
sorry,
is my guy.
apologies. I thought you said AD.
But yeah, that's my case for Bam. He plays a consistent amount of games, though. He's pretty solid in that department. So I just don't think Draymond's going to play enough games. I do agree that the 2 seasons ago, he was the favorite and the Marcus Smart won it because he got injured.
last year in you can. I mean, again, it's one of those. It's really hard to like capture like discussions in the moment. But in December and January, I promise you, there were people talking about it, and he was like top 3 in the odds.
Draymond?
Draymond, absolutely, I promise you.
I mean, I'm not taking away from Draymond. I still think he'll be definitely in contention. It's always him, Bam, and I don't know, like who. It's always those two, and then like some Gobert, maybe. I don't know. But
JJJ.
I mean,
Yeah,
Giannis,
JJ last
Gobert, AD, all those.
yeah.
The cast of characters.
But yeah, Bam, I think is gonna be my sleeper pick. He's always in contention, and I think this year he's gonna do it.
I guess one piece of evidence for that, or one thing to back me through, is that Bam literally in the offseason said he's trying to go for Defensive Player of the Year this year. So he's going to be racking up those counting stats, and he's probably going to be playing a lot of games.
And if he gets even better, if he gets better than what he already is, then like he's so agile I mean, AD is probably the only one that's more agile at his like guarding on the perimeter, guarding on the inside. He can kind of like switch on to forwards, guards, he can kind of do it all. So yeah, that's my case for him. And the Heats are going to have a good defense as always.
It's true. He will be leading a good defensive team as well. So
Yeah.
that's another plus for him. Do we have any sleeper picks?
Just to throw a name out there, I guess Claxton with the Claxton or
Ooh,
McKelvey.
That's interesting.
That's a deep pull.
My other sleeper. I mean, the I guess the one sleeper you got to talk about is like Wembanyama.
That's
Oh yeah,
see
he's
it.
gonna
It's
rack
not
up.
even- It's like I don't see it, but I see I see the idea of it.
I mean, I think if
There's no way that-
pretty solid.
There's
Like
no way
they're
that
like
they
in the
can-
play-in, then you know.
They were quite literally the 30th out of 30 defense last year. There is just no way he improves it that much to the point that that team defense is good enough to get him Defensive Player of the Year. But I see the idea of it. He
Yeah,
definitely looks
eventually,
like-
I guess.
He definitely looks like the quality of player already like day one who could win a Defensive Player of the Year award. But I just think it's gonna line up for him.
Kind of bouncing off less so. I think Chet, like, because their record will actually be pretty solid. I mean, he's even less likely than Wemby, I think, but he might be like all defensive maybe.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see an all defensive. Again though, like I just don't know if there's enough on that roster to get them a top
Yeah.
the kind of defense you need for a guy to win that award.
Speaking of these two, though.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of these two, Rookie of the Year.
Oh yeah, shit.
I
was gonna
think
give another
honestly,
but hey,
it's pretty.
cares, right?
Wait, finish your tangent or whatever.
Okay, wait, guys.
Point.
I did want to make one more.
All right, moving on.
Moving on. Okay, go ahead.
I do want to make one more. It's a guy we didn't mention at all, but a guy who I think we kind of just have to. It's Evan Mobley. Like,
Oh yeah.
Honestly, even if just because he's literally second in most odds. So obviously, the greater NBA community thinks he has a really, really good shot to win it this year. And
they were number one last year in defense, right?
they literally were. And there's no their roster is essentially the same. Everybody on that roster is either gonna stay the same or get better, assuming the aging curve is normal for them. There's no reason why they couldn't repeat as the best defense, and there's no reason why Evan Mobley couldn't get any better. He is still only like 22 years old. This is exactly the kind of situation in which I could see, like he has an even better year. He gets noticeably better on the defensive end. They get better on the defensive end. They stay as number one defense. That is completely and absolutely a recipe for him to win Defensive Player of the Year. He gets the counting stats. He gets blocks. He has the defensive reputation already.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no reason why he could not win Defensive Player of the Year. So I feel like we just kind of have to mention him by default.
No, that's a good point. But moving a little bit back to the rookies, Wemby and Chet, I think for Rookie of the Year, I guess it's a pretty basic take, but I got Victor.
Same.
Just personally because it's like just that narrative. It's like LeBron 2.0. It's like, okay, they kind of had like they gotta give it to him. Nike, who did he sign for any shoe company?
Nike's calling him up.
Nike's calling him up. It's LeBron 2.0. It's the air. You know what I mean? It's like it's the next LeBron. So, I mean, besides that though, just he looked really good in preseason. He's already the favorite from beforehand, and I just don't think Chet's
gonna make it tough.
He's gonna make it tough, but I don't think he's gonna be.
Guys, come on, what are we doing?
He is,
He's not.
I think he will. Trust.
Guys. I mean, I've already given this take, but like Victor, if Victor averaged 5 and 2, unanimous rookie, it's just not happening.
Yeah,
it's just not happening. I'm telling you guys. And here's the thing, like, because I don't want to make it sound like I'm joking about it. I don't want to be disrespectful to Victor. He's not going to average 5 and 2. He's probably. I mean, he's not a refined scorer yet, but like, who the fuck else is going to be taking shots? First of all,
yeah.
The combination of length and athleticism he has already is going to allow him to get some easy buckets, no matter how unrefined his game is. And B, the value that he really does provide at this point in his career is on the defensive end, and he's going to be providing more than enough value on the defensive end to win a Rookie of the Year selection based on just that alone.
Yeah, so, I agree.
There's just no way he doesn't win it. I mean, the scenario in which he doesn't win is very simple. It's he gets injured. But hopefully it doesn't happen. We want to see everybody play healthy. Want to see everybody get a fair shot. So,
right.
Some players.
No, I agree with that. I think it will be Victor, not only because the narrative. There's not only severe bias for him. That's the point. There's not only severe bias for him, but I also think he'll play good enough where it'll just be like
overwhelming.
Yeah.
It'll just
be like, all right, we kind of have to give it to him. You know what I mean? So. That's my take. Thomas, that's your take. Wes.
Yeah.
That's probably what you're saying, Tim. I'm not to rush it, but I just don't think there's much to talk about here. I just genuinely think it's Victor.
No, I mean, this is one of the most obvious selections that for Rookie of the Year that we've had in a while coming in the NBA. So.
Yeah, since LeBron.
Do you guys consider? I mean,
I would disagree, but hey.
What about I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think because I think Victor's going to carry them to actually like you said not playing, but maybe
a lottery pick.
Maybe like just outside the plane. And I think that'll be like the narrative will be that he's leading them to more wins. Because were they like 15th or like no, I think the Rockets.
Something.
The Rockets.
I think as long as he improves them in any way, like wow, instead of the worst defense, they're the
29.
29th. Woo!
Generational.
Victor Wembanyama, get him a freaking rookie of the year, baby. So I just think it's just not only is he just set up for success, he also will do well. So that is a pretty simple one. But the next one is a little bit interesting, the most improved player, because it's a lot of opinion based about a lot. Who do you personally think will improve a lot? And I think we can start with Wes for this one, just to change up the order.
I'm gonna go with Jamal Murray straight up. He's gonna make
Ooh,
an
that's a good
all-star
one.
team for the first
Wow.
time.
Okay.
I mean, he had a pretty solid season
I
last year,
like
having
that.
20 points per game, but he's gonna bump that up. So, and I don't see Jokic winning. This is kind of part of the reason I don't see Jokic winning MVP is because he's gonna have a legit co-star next to him, which we saw Jamal Murray become in the playoffs. So that's my MVP, most improved player. I think I don't know who else.
I really like that actually. That is really nice. Thomas, you said wow. Was that like a wow no or wow?
I
Well,
agree.
just yeah, it was not that. I mean, Jamal Murray's an NBA champion. He was the second best player on an
But
championship
it's about
team
regular
last
season.
year.
Yeah. He hasn't been at
But
all.
guys, I mean, I can first of all, okay, how about this? I'll say this. I guarantee you right now, like, put my soul on the line that it will not be Jamal Murray. Players like Jamal Murray do not win Most Improved Player, brother. He's too good. It's not going to happen. He would if he won MVP, then he would win Most Improved Player.
People have Jordan Poole like in contention for MIP because he can like become an all-star for the first time. So, and he was already pretty solid.
I mean, Thomas, you're kind of forgetting Murray's never been an all-star.
I'm not forgetting that at all.
No, you are.
Absolutely,
I'm
you are.
not forgetting that at all. I can promise you that fact is lodged inside my mind. It is a great injustice to him, and I think he will be an all-star for the first time this year. But you have to remember how the narratives work on these awards.
That is true as well. It's like a
Most improved-
bum. Yeah.
Most Improved Player award
Like
is
Julius
generally
Randle,
designated
right?
is generally designated for a young player who has either been mediocre to decent or mediocre to decent or somehow disappointed and all of a sudden makes the leap that maybe some people thought he was never going to make. That's kind of the archetype of player who wins most improved player. A guy like Jamal Murray, who's at this point essentially one of the co-faces of a franchise, they just don't win that award. I really
If he can play
can't
like
see
he
it.
did, if he can play like he did in the playoffs for an entire regular season and be like a legit offensive engine, then I think that's a big enough leap from last year.
No, like I get your point. Like I agree with Wes. Like just on face value of most improved player, you're 100% correct. But I also get what Thomas is saying that unfortunately it's very narrative based, and I do get him that it doesn't fit that narrative. Like Julius Randle fit that narrative, right? Like,
That's true.
Like a bum with the Lakers, came to the Knicks, and he kind of
Superstar.
got
Kind of. I mean, you don't have to lie.
I mean, he got better, but like
Popped
not
off.
not a superstar or nothing like that. But yeah, I think that narrative definitely makes a lot more sense. I think my most improved player will be RJ Barrett. Just because he has been everyone's kind of been waiting for his jump season. Like, oh, this is gonna be the season. It's gonna be the season. He's gonna do better. He's gonna make that leap. And he just hasn't done that for a while. And I could be just completely wrong and he could just not do anything again. But that's the fun thing about the most improved player because it's just so, I guess, it's just a lot of chance in a way because it's like who played mediocrely last season and has a potential to make that jump this season. And RJ Barrett is a type of player that fits in that category. He's been playing kind of mediocrely and he has the potential and skills to definitely make that jump and be a huge asset for the Knicks. That's my one. And that kind of we'll talk about sleepers after, but so I don't want to jump to that. Thomas, go ahead.
Yeah, my pick for this is pretty simple, pretty basic. It's a Tyrese Maxey. This is I mean, I will say first of all, this is entirely contingent on the fact that James Harden is not going to be playing on the 76ers this year, which I think there's a 99% chance that is true. Even if they don't trade him, I'm pretty sure he's just going to sit out. But I will say I'll give the qualification if James Harden plays, you can throw this out the window. But assuming he doesn't, Tyrese Maxey is going to be in the position for the first time in his career of being the primary ball handler on an NBA team. He's going to be the primary creator on an NBA team. That's a very, portentous position to be in for a player like Tyrese Maxey, who has consistently flashed the ability to be an elite playmaker, an elite creator, but has played alongside a player who takes up shots, takes up possessions his entire career, and has never gotten the opportunity.
Cancer to winning, basically, just allergic to it.
He's never gotten the opportunity to be. I wouldn't want to say the guy because obviously Embiid's the guy, but in terms of ball handling, playmaking, creating, the guy. To me, that's kind of the recipe for how a most improved player is created, is a guy with the talent to average 25 or in 10 or whatever, but who has never gotten the opportunity to do so and is now going to get the opportunity to do so. So I think just that kind of simple equation is what makes me think he has the best shot of anybody to win the award.
I think also I do have to add this. I think we'd be just doing a complete disservice to Mikal Bridges if we did not mention him. Because actually, to be honest, he is the favorites like everywhere if you look online as well. And it kind of makes sense why, because when he was with the Suns, his career average has been 13 points. When he went to the Nets for the
26.
It was 26 points, exactly. So it's a 13-point jump. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of forgot about Mikal Bridges, and he is actually my pick. My sleeper pick is actually RJ Barrett. 100% Mikal Bridges is my favorite for the.
I'm also gonna revise. Jamal Murray's no longer mine.
it has to be Mikal Bridges. It 100% will be Mikal Bridges.
Especially to back that up, I think the Nets will have a solid record. Like they're not going to be bottom because they have a solid all around team. I don't think Mikal's going to be a superstar, but he could certainly be an all-star. I could see him making
absolutely. He could be an all-star, and again the narrative, right? He fits that narrative perfect.
He really does.
Role player to
exactly. Not because he was an actual mediocre player, just because he's gotten more exposure. Kind of like Julius Randle in a way. Like when Randle was in LA, there were just so many people.
New Orleans.
Oh, and New Orleans. Right. I forgot he was
in
How long was he in New Orleans for again?
Like 2
years, probably.
I want to say. Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, so Mikal Bridges, and then my second sleeper pick. So my first sleeper pick is RJ Barrett. Second is Ben Simmons.
You went
I mean, no, I mean, actually, no, I kind of get it.
It's just kind of weird to think about because he already had a peak, and then he went.
But
down,
I feel like you're comparing. Yeah, exactly. I feel like you're going to be like again, it's most improved. It's compared to the previous season, previous couple of seasons, and that narrative fits. It would actually be a really good narrative if he came back and he showed that I am the all-star Ben Simmons. Because guess what? If he comes back and he plays like that, over the last 2-3 seasons, he hasn't played like that. So that would be an improved player. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's my second sleeper pick, not my first, nor is it my main choice.
I do really like that. Honestly, now that I think about it, it would be strange because he just doesn't fit the archetype of the kind of guy who typically wins that award.
Yeah.
Because he essentially came into the league as the best version of himself that he's ever been in his career. And then he just kind of took a 2-year break of, not playing and just generally struggling. Right. But no, I mean, I really understand that take. I will say my sleeper pick has not been Simmons, though. It would be Cade Cunningham.
I was going to say Cade as well. I forgot about him.
This is a guy who is coming off of injury, which I think always adds a little bit to that narrative because people kind of forgot about him. People weren't paying attention to him last year.
True.
He wasn't on people's radar. That always makes it a lot easier for people to get behind somebody as a most improved player. And also, I think I've already shared my thoughts on this, but I do think he's going to have a very good year this year. I think he's in the position of being the only guy on his team he's going to be, filling kind of the Shea role. He's going to be taking guys off the dribble. He's going to be playmaking. He's going to be taking the last shot. He's going to be doing everything. He's going to be acting as the true number one option on his team. How far he's going to be able to take them, I mean, that's a question.
Only he can answer.
It's a good question. Yeah. It's a question. We'll see about that. But I think the stats will be there, and the narrative will definitely be there. So as always, you get stats plus narrative. It might add up.
I agree with that. I don't know if you missed it. Yeah, you were in the bathroom. His second sleeper pick No, his first sleeper pick is Cade. Cade
I don't
Cunningham.
have a second.
This is his first sleeper
That was-
pick.
yeah.
I actually agree with that wholeheartedly. I have so I was actually gonna say him. I forgot about him. So I have 3 sleeper picks, which is kind of funny. So
I mean, it's good to just get it though.
RJ Barrett, Ben Simmons, Cade. Those are my 3 sleeper picks, and then my favorite is Mikal Bridges. It honestly has to be him. I just don't see it not being him. Even if he plays at like a 20-point per game.
RJ.
Sorry, Mikal. Did I say RJ? I meant Mikal. Because like even if he plays at a 20-point per game, 21-point per game average,
I think it's gonna be more than 21.
I totally agree with that. But even on a conservative, low balling amount, which is 20 points, he still has a 7-point jump, which is like picture perfect for the MIP award. So I definitely have to see it's him. I don't think you gentlemen have anything else to add, or we good to move on.
I'm good with it.
All right. The last topic to discuss before we get into our 3 questions of trivia that Mr. Wesley will ask Thomas and I are our favorites for the contenders. Let's switch it up. I'll answer this first. I guess I'm assuming we'll just go like Western Conference, Eastern Conference, and then finals.
Yeah, sure. We could also do like sleepers, like
Sure. So, or we're just talking our favorites to win it all.
I mean, we already did a whole tier list of contenders.
So what's
So I would
what
say-
are you trying to answer?
give
But
you
I
guys
would say what I thought we were doing was we were picking a team and putting our stamp on it and saying this team will win it all.
Oh, okay, great. Let's do that. The Bucks.
I thought that's what we were doing.
Yeah, and I kind of like that because we did already do kind of sleepers and like okay.
Yeah, I mean, we discussed every team at length.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree with that. My favorites to win it all, unfortunately, to my Golden State Warriors, I wish I could confidently say it was them, but I think they could, which is what we said in our last episode. Link in the comment section down below. My favorites are the Milwaukee Bucks. It's tough to tell because they have not played enough time together to see how their chemistry works. But a guy like Dame, he's able to play with a lot of people, especially guys who are not as on-ball heavy as the Bucks are. They are able to pass the ball around. Yeah, Giannis is super ball heavy when running down the court and in transition, but in ISO and in shot creation, they need Dame.
Mhm.
So hopefully their chemistry will be good. And if it is, and there are no injuries, of course, that is kind of the precursor to this, that there are no injuries. It has to be the Bucks. It has to. I just don't think the Nuggets can repeat this picture perfect postseason run they had again. Because it's hard to win the first time, but you know what's harder? Repeating. And you know what's harder? Three-peating. And you know what's harder? Three-peating twice. And you know who's the GOAT? Michael Jordan. But but the point is, it's not possible for them. I mean, it is possible, but I just don't see that picture perfect season because guess what? In that squad, you're already seeing the glass crack a little bit. You saw Bruce Brown leave. So you already are a little bit different. So you are, and you have a target on your back as well. Not to mention, you have a full target on your back. And I think the Bucks have a little bit, they'll have that fire to them. Giannis, like Wes Thomas, you said earlier, will have that revenge season. And Dame knows this is his legacy on the line. This is his last chance. This is where he proves, yeah, I mean, he's kind of a clown for being like loyalty this, loyalty that, and then immediately dip to literally an insane, an insane team. But I think it has to be the Bucks. That is my solid stamp of approval. And let's say their chemistry does not work and it actually was a disaster. Like it's like the Brooklyn Nets with Harden, Kyrie, and KD.
I doubt it's that way though.
I severely doubt that as well, which is why I'm like confident.
I mean, that team had 0 depth too, which is like
true. Very good point. However, I would, if it's not them, then it's gonna be the Nuggets. But stamp approval on the Bucks.
I guess I'll go next. I actually agree with a lot of what you said about the Nuggets. It's so difficult to repeat, and a lot of things have to go right in your favor, injury wise, having the right players wise, pop off at the right time. Like last year it was the Nuggets with Bruce Brown. The year before it was us with Jordan Poole. The year before that it was the Bucks with I don't know, I'm trying to think some role player who popped off for the Bucks, but usually every year there's something that goes right, and they kind of lost that spark that they once had. And it's kind of Additionally, it's also hard to have that same motivation and drive to win it all when you've already done it. That's why like the Warriors, when they did it, it was because they had such overwhelming talent. And the Nuggets don't really have that. They were especially dominant. I don't want to take anything away from them in that run, but you have to have some like overwhelming talent over the field, and they just don't have that. I still think it's going to be difficult to take them down, but it's going to be done because teams have time to adjust and they don't have that. Like I said, they don't have that same motivation. So with my pick, I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Bucks as well. They're going to take. I also feel like I don't even think they're going to beat the Nuggets in the finals. I think they're going to beat some other. It's either going to be the Lakers or the Warriors. They're going to play in the finals. Is my.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you don't even see the Nuggets making it to the finals.
I don't think so.
I guess that's a good second question we could answer. Like, who do we see in the finals? I think it's gonna be a Bucks Nuggets finals. If not the Bucks Nuggets, Bucks Warriors finals. Lakers nowhere near the damn finals. I don't see them there.
I mean, I think this all hinges on 80. Can 80 and LeBron be healthy in time for the playoffs?
Can 39-year-old LeBron, who already was gassed out last year, somehow return and become a better player? No, I don't think so. 80? Anthony Day-to-Day Davis, Anthony Chandler
I
Davis.
mean, if they want to win it all, it's going to have to be 80 being the best player on the team.
I agree.
It's not going to be LeBron.
I agree. I
but
totally agree with that. But yeah, I think like that's my final opponent. Thomas, last but not least.
Yeah, I mean, I'll make it simple. The 2024 NBA champions will be your Golden State Warriors.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yo.
This is, I mean, this is not a joke. This is my genuine opinion. I thought it last year too, and I thought it the year before, and I'll continue thinking it every year. And I guess I do need to provide some reasoning. Um, First off,
Steph.
I already gave my take about Draymond. He, please, honestly, this isn't even. I'm not even gonna pretend this is like a. You can't know this, but I'm just going to send up a little bit of a prayer. Please tell me he's going to be healthy this year. He needs to be. I think he can, but this is also simultaneously like a please let him be healthy this year. And this is a kind of more of a conspiracy theory than anything, but I do think that injury was probably nagging at him the entire rest of the year because just because he's like 32 years old, and you just kind of have to think it was.
Yeah.
But he's back. Wiggins, you cannot possibly tell me. I watched him shoot throughout this playoffs. You cannot possibly tell me that 30 fucking whatever game hiatus he took was not affecting him somehow. I mean, I will admit, like athletically, conditioning wise, he looked fine, but the overall level of play was just a slight step down.
He wasn't
Hopefully that
very
will be fixed.
aggressive, I don't think. His aggressiveness was
Klay Thompson, we all watched him. We all know what happened. I know there's differing opinions amongst us three about what version of Klay Thompson will get this season.
traumatizing.
There's no fucking way he does that again. He just won't. He's not going to do it. It's not going to happen. I'm speaking it out of existence.
He didn't play that good during the preseason.
We
which
have seen
kind of
Klay
what's
Thompson
crazy.
be an absolute menace, a cold-blooded killer in the playoffs. I know there's a version of Klay Thompson out there who can do that. Why can it not be this year? Why not? Right?
Yeah.
Do I even need to talk about Steph Curry? No, I don't.
Yeah.
Finally. And this, I guess, I mean, from a genuine analysis perspective, this is what the entire thing hinges on. I think there was no more detrimental person to the state of the Warriors play last year than our friend in Washington, Jordan Poole. His absence is, in my opinion, at the end of the season, will be seen as one of the greatest cases of addition by subtraction in history of the NBA. I do not think you can put into words how damaging the effects of having him just walking around the facility, chucking up shots, generally playing like a lunatic and a menace, and was to the psyche of this Warriors team last year. The veteran core did not like him. The veteran core were clearly on multiple occasions were visibly upset by the way that he was playing. There is no way you can tell me that if it was visible to us as fans watching the broadcast, there's no way you can tell me that there was not some kind of cloud hanging over that locker room the whole season. Not to mention the fact that we replaced him with quite possibly the antithesis, the absolute anti Jordan Poole, Chris Paul, a guy who plays as though I can't even think of a good joke, but he if Jordan Poole plays like his hair is on fire, Chris Paul plays like he's sitting back in a rocking chair, right? Like he takes it slow. He plays smart. He doesn't gamble. He is everything that Jordan Poole is not. And for a squad that I think at many points last year was just looking for a little bit of stability, just looking for a little bit of calm it down on that second unit, I think Chris Paul is the absolute, even 39-year-old Chris Paul is the absolute perfect guy to bring that to them. And I already mentioned earlier when I was talking about Draymond Defensive Player of the Year that the defensive
Not to mention good
benefits
depth.
the defensive benefits he provides in comparison to Jordan Poole are I don't even think I need to mention them, and it's not even that much about Chris Paul's ability on the defensive end as it is about Jordan Poole's lack of ability on the defensive end.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I've pretty much exhausted all my talking points, but
I have a
yeah, I
question
mean,
then. How much do you think this title for the Warriors depends on the Jonathan Kuminga's progression? Like, do you think he has to make a major jump, or what do you think?
I don't actually.
Hmm.
I don't because when you really start to break it down, it's not to say that he won't. By the way, he had one of the best preseasons I think out of anybody in the NBA,
Yeah.
and you really do love to see it because he's a guy whose development I think stalled a little bit last year compared to what people thought he was going to be at the end of last season. But when you start to break it down, how much do the Warriors really need out of Jonathan Kuminga as opposed to getting it from other sources? He's not going to be any better than the fourth or fifth option on offense. I mean, he's definitely not going to be starting. He's going to be a bench piece. Uh, Again, like I don't want to like denigrate him because I think he's going to be a much better version of himself than he was last year. I don't know how much room there's going to be for him to break out in this, I guess, in the sense that you might be thinking of. Like, I guess to put it simply, I don't think Steve is going to be dialing up that many Jonathan Kuminga ISOs, even if he's progressed into a much higher, caliber player than he was last year.
I mean,
I think they're going to be looking for him to knock down a couple more threes, probably go maybe from like a 32%, like a 35%, maybe 36. Are we being generous? They're going to look for him to be smarter on the defensive end, to be more crisp in his rotations, to have just a better feel because the athleticism is obviously already there. He's a freak, and they're probably going to look for him to develop some chemistry with Chris Paul, who's hopefully going to be out there with a second unit a decent amount in the pick and roll game and act as a lob threat. And those are all things that I think he can provide tremendous value to the team doing. But again, when you at the end of the year, when you look at his stats, I don't know if you're going to see like a quote unquote breakout year for him. I just think he's going to get better. That would be my take on that.
I agree with that. And I just wanted to add, I don't know, maybe I'm sleeping, I missed it, but I don't know if you really highlighted that we also have great depth this season. GP2, Dario Saric, obviously Kevon Looney, Kuminga, Moody,
Joseph, I think.
Corey Joseph in the veteran presence. So Rudy Gay.
Oh yeah.
So I honestly, I am very excited for the Warriors. I'm more confident in them this season than last season. And honestly, after your case, Thomas, I could see them up there. I'm not gonna just be like, oh man, I'm gonna switch it to the Warriors because every muscle in my body wants to do that because naturally I want to see them win. But I got to stick by my take of the Milwaukee Bucks.
I mean, my thing with Jonathan Kuminga is I think with any championship team there has to be more continuity. Like obviously we can say, and I believe we have the best starting five in the NBA, like Steph, Clay, Dre, Loon, and Wiggins. Like that's better than any, even Milwaukee, I believe. Like, but what we had in that championship run was continuity. Like beyond our great starting five, there was like wins in
Strength
there.
in numbers.
Yeah, there was wins in there from just like Jordan Poole and like Clay like going off. So I think it would feel like a championship team if we had a few wins in there that were led by like Dario Saric, Jonathan Kuminga, CP going off instead of just like
good point. Just Steph breaking his back,
Steph and Dre,
and then Poole missing a game-winning shot against the Lakers.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my analysis. I could see the Warriors. I could definitely see that.
And last but not least, you right for your favorite?
You already.
I had the Bucks.
Oh man, sorry.
He agreed with you and said the Bucks.
Yeah, sorry, I missed it. I like that. I like it. I'm excited, man. I'm really, really excited. Tomorrow, the Warriors versus the Suns. I'm excited, man. I'm gonna tune in. I'm tuning in, baby. This season, I
Steph needs that fifth, dog. We gotta get him. Gotta give him the
gotta get
fifth,
ahead
dog.
of LeBron, baby.
Please.
Literally, if he gets one more, he's better than Magic.
Oh, unquestionably. And he's also better than LeBron.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Dude, I just need that to be true. I need that
LeBron, it's a
fact.
LeBron.
Said wrong. That's like-
I need it to be true that when you Google Steph Curry rings, it comes with a 5. And when you Google LeBron rings, it comes with a 4. That would be just such a beautiful reality to live in. I cannot wait.
Fingers crossed and knock on wood.
And hopefully he can beat LeBron on the way to the finals.
That would be even nice, sir. Lord have mercy. That would be good. That would be really good. But yeah, I think that highlights all our preseason awards and contenders. Let's end it off with 3 questions asked by Wes,
Sure.
trivia wise. So why don't you pull it up, Wes? Oh, so it's gonna be on your thing. Okay, so let me.
I mean, can you even read that?
Okay, fine, sure. So let me. I'll
Fine.
move here. All right. I'm not looking at the screen, Thomas.
All right. First question.
You gotta put the mic on me too, goddamn.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I didn't even put the answers. So
What? Just chat.
Okay.
Just chat GBD that did up.
no. Who are the youngest, second youngest, or I thought you were looking. Who are the youngest, second youngest, and third youngest players ever to make an all defensive team?
Whoa, that's
Yeah, I'm gonna lose this.
So there's 3 guys.
No,
You
you're
guys
not,
need
'cause
like
I don't know that either. So
All right,
I mean, these are gonna be pure guesses.
promise. Let's work on this together. How about? Okay.
That's no.
they're not nobodies, by the way.
Okay. We have
Actually,
to.
I have a
Okay.
pretty good guess for the first
All right,
one.
man.
Also, like, do you guys just get unlimited guesses or
No, I think
No, I
let's.
mean, I think it's
until you get it, I guess.
I don't
Or-
think we're gonna
or
get.
until you
this.
get or until
Okay.
you get
We're here for the next 6 hours
okay,
until we
here's
get
my
it.
first guess. Wait, Tim Duncan.
no.
Show,
Or-
Wow, that was the
You
most
a goat?
wussy crap I've ever heard.
Bro, what is, how can you not make that noise? How do you feel
It's-
that badly?
It's wow. It's
Alright, there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
all right. So then I guess that goes to me.
Yeah, raise your
The
hand.
youngest DPOY pick.
No.
That's not the
Make an all
question.
defensive team.
All defensive team. Sorry, guys. God damn it. Trying to think. The recent history. Who was?
I didn't say it was recent. So.
Okay, but
I was so proud of myself.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
No.
I was proud of myself for that Tim Duncan. That's stuff, dog.
You should. You're proud for failing. That's great.
For the split second before I made it, I was like, "Oh, this is definitely gonna be."
Oh, Michael Jordan.
No.
Oh, you just get to say whatever.
He raised his hand.
So, well, okay.
He double checked just to.
Dikembe.
No.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, now give us an era. Give us an era.
One of them, I believe he got it in the 90s. And then 2 of them are very recent.
Two of them are
Hmm.
very recent. LeBron James.
No. LeBron didn't,
You should be ashamed of yourself for that.
he didn't play in the 90s.
You said
Uh,
recent.
Yes, but so recent. When was LeBron like young enough to like?
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, early 2000s. That's not young. That's bad.
David Robinson.
No.
Okay, let's get 5 guesses. 5 guesses. All right. He said 90.
2 of them are guards. You guys are guessing soon, but 2 of them are guards. So.
Interesting.
Marcus Smart.
No.
Dude, thank God Thomas sucks too. I thought he was gonna be so much better than me at trivia.
This is a
think of-
nasty question, honestly.
I mean, it's trivia. So who's gonna be okay? What's Steph Curry's first name?
Stephen. Let's go.
Okay, Thomas, guess, bro.
Every single player I'm thinking of, I'm just like, there's no way.
Okay, wait. Let me guess. My gut is saying something.
Sure.
Kevin Love.
No. Kevin Love.
Is
bro.
it Drew?
No. Yeah, I don't think Kevin Love has an all.
All right, dude. No one asked. It's trivia. Stick with the trivia. All right, Thomas, you have one more guess, and then let's just hear
You
it.
said two different guards, dude. This shit is...
Okay,
wait,
well, I'll give you a hint.
one
One
more
of
hint.
them.
You said the ones are recent. Is it the guards who are recent?
No, that's not helpful, bro. Give us a different.
Okay, one of them we talked about in our defensive player of the year.
Oh, Bam.
No.
Yes, that's.
Oh.
Oh, of course.
Obviously.
Do it. Say it. Right.
Obviously. JJJ.
No.
Oh, okay. Wait. This doesn't count though, but like, 'cause we only got 5, right?
Yeah.
I'm not counting the guesses.
No, we were past 5. We're at like 6.
Okay. So this doesn't count, but and if this isn't true, then just reveal them because I'm honestly tired of thinking about this. Was it the Greek Freak though?
No.
Wow.
Wow, what the
freaking
heck?
tell us, God damn it.
Evan Mobley, DeJounte Murray, and Kobe Bryant.
Wow.
We got an old defense team in the 90s.
I don't know if it was in the 90s. I was just assuming because that's when he was.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, no, makes sense. He was
Who was in the
Kobe. Kobe. I don't know if he got it in the 90s, but like I was assuming he either got it in early 2000s or 90s. So yeah.
Kobe was drafted in 99, right? Or 98?
97 or 96 or 97.
96.
Wow. Rest in peace. Not my goat. Okay, next.
All right.
That was a good one though.
I mean, a good one is it's fucking impossible.
Okay.
Who was the 17th pick in the 1961 NBA draft? That was a good one.
Oh my god. Name all the undrafted players in the 1947 draft.
Okay.
Damn, he's trying to find the hardest one.
That's too hard.
Oh, that's too hard.
Okay.
That's too hard.
Who are the only NBA players who have multiple 50, 40, 90 seasons?
Okay, Wilt Chamberlain.
No.
You
50, 40, 90 is
you know what the 40 stands
Oh
for?
shoot!
49?
Sorry, I made a mistake.
40% from the 3.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, Steph.
I believe. Let me double check. No, actually not.
Larry, obviously.
Yes.
Larry Legend.
One.
Let's go, baby.
There's 3.
Yes. So you got 2 more.
I'm not wearing my Larry Legend shirt.
Okay.
I wish I was.
Kevin Love.
No.
How could you? Okay, I'm not even gonna. Yeah, I'm trying to. I think he did it.
Klay Thompson.
No.
Klay Thompson's never done it.
50, 40, 90.
Multiple. How many are there? There's only 2 of them. I thought.
There's only 2 more.
I thought there's 3. I mean, everybody knows Larry. I mean, he's the OG. But would it be Kyle Korver? Didn't Kyle Korver do it once? No, okay,
No.
man.
It has to be multiple. You have to have at least 2.
2, I know, but I was like, I'm just trying to think, guys. I know even did it once. Steve Nash.
Yes, that's one of them. So you got 1 more. I can give you a hint if you guys. Okay. It's like efficient score. I think like
KD.
Yeah.
Yo, let's go. Let's go.
All right.
Okay, that's like a 2/3 point Thomas, 1/3 point me.
Or you could just do 2 points in one.
Oh yeah, we could just do that.
Bro is tired.
All right, this is kind of random. I made it up on my own, but who are 5 shooting guards who have won an NBA championship in 2 separate decades?
Okay.
You said 5 shooting guards specifically.
Yeah, shooting guards specifically.
Jordan. No,
No.
sorry, I'm tripping. That's the 90s. Sorry, guys. Kobe. No, it's the same thing. The 2000s.
No.
No, 2010.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that.
Kobe.
Yeah.
They also didn't they literally win? No, it was
2000.
So 5 guards.
There's more than 5.
Okay,
but
Kobe.
Just name any 5.
Danny Green. He won in the
Danny?
bubble and then with the Spurs.
Oh yeah, that counts. Yeah.
Oh wait, so we're just. I thought we were
Klay
like
Thompson?
or something. Or...
Yes, Clay counts.
Okay,
Dude, I'm on fire, baby.
Okay, I'll
you
just
can
let Hassan take this one thing because I thought we were gonna alternate, but he's already.
I'm
gotten
on a
through
roll. I'm on a roll. Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
The last one. Come on, baby. Oh no. Don't search anything up, Thomas. Ray Allen.
I will. I wasn't gonna. I was only searching up because I wasn't guessing, but I was just curious if.
And I won the trivia, baby. Let's go.
See, I had
Oh, dude, my guess, my insane guess would have been actually correct. That's kind of cool. I would have guessed Sam Jones. Should have been.
Okay.
all right, bro.
Would have been
You walk
legendary.
backwards. It's not
All
as
right. Do you guys want any more trivia?
no. Thank you. We're good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Bro. I'm trying to go to sleep, dog. All right. This is like stressful. I'm actually kind of happy with this one. The Danny Green, that was a good pull.
Yeah,
That was pretty
I
good.
didn't even think about him.
That was pretty damn good.
I had like Steve.
Holy
Curry,
frick.
probably.
That was scary as
Yeah,
hell,
jump
bro.
scare.
It was a just for the audience at home. His roommate is on his bunk bed and he just kind of sprung up. Bro already looks like the Enderman with his poofy ass hair. God damn, scared the crap out of me. But anyways, I think that was actually fun. That was good fun trivia. I won. I can't believe it. For the record, what's the day today? October 24th, 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, Hassan beat Thomas in trivia. What a dominating victory. Thank you so much for watching the 3 Points podcast. Please like and
I
subscribe.
let us on win, by the way.
Add us
guys,
to
for everybody at home.
follow the
I let
Patreon,
Hassan
follow us
win.
on Kick, follow us
Look,
on
here's
Twitch.
the thing about Hassan. This guy really needs to win in life, and
Follow
sometimes you
us
have to
on
just like
the-
give
follow
somebody
us
win when
on
they
all
really
the
need it.
platforms. Follow our OnlyFans down below in the links. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll catch you all in the next one.